Sensational rumors about Mendeecees Harris and Tamar Braxton have startled the entertainment industry. You read properly, yes. Fans are shocked, and Yandy Smith is completely upset by rumors that the two had secretly tied the knot. Every social media blog, fan account, and gossip website is trying to put together the truth. The internet has been sparked by a single picture, a short video clip, and a few mysterious comments. Sources claim that Tamar and Mendeecees were spotted wearing matching rings during what looked to be a quiet dinner in Atlanta. But according to insiders, what looked like a private event was actually their secret wedding reception. Those who were allegedly close to the couple are suggesting that they had been planning this in secret for months. And when the word got to Yandy, things apparently took an explosive turn. Fans are calling it the biggest betrayal in the history of love and hip-hop. How did Mendeecees end up in Tamar's arms after she had been so devoted to Yandy? Is this an overblown publicity gimmick, or is it actually a secret union? Regardless of fact, everyone is excited to see what Yandy will do next, and feelings are running high. Since the shocking disclosure that Mendeecees and Tamar Braxton allegedly wed in secret, the entertainment business has undergone significant change. With countless rumors, gossip, and incredulous posts flooding timelines, social media is completely chaotic. Some claim the proof is unquestionable, but some claim it's merely a rumor. According to internet reports, the two were spotted together in a remote flat with candles, flowers, and what looked like a ring box. Instead of being a casual evening, it seemed to be a celebration of something far deeper, possibly even a secret wedding. Insiders claim that for the past few months, Mendeecees and Tamar's connection has become closer. Their initial encounter at a charity event was the beginning of it all. Those who witnessed it said their chemistry was instantaneous. A close friend of Tamar's informed me that Mendeecees had a serene, protecting energy that she hasn't experienced in years. Maybe we're both looking for peace in the same place, Mendeecees reportedly said with a smile. It was a simple talk, but it might have sparked something more than friendship. The two soon began to show up together more often. At first, fans wrote it off as friendly aid or professional collaboration. Things changed though when they were routinely seen at the same resort, even late at night. A fan then shared a short, grainy video of Mendeecees opening Tamar's car door while giving her a smile that was more than merely kind. Almost immediately, comments poured in. Meanwhile, Yandy's close friends and family started to notice changes in her behavior. One admirer stated, "That's not friendship energy," while another said, "There's definitely something more here." Once engaged on social media, her husband had completely stopped using it. There are no tags, comments, or stories, just silence. Fans knew about it right away. Why did Yandy stop writing about men? A single fan asked. The post that sparked it all then appeared. Yandy's fans were stunned by a weird statement she posted. Basis, when respect is lacking, love may not always be sufficient. The comment sections were filled with conjecture. Despite everything that was happening, Tamar continued to post her usual strong, confident updates. In one video, she was wearing a white dress and getting out of a fine car, while a beautiful romantic song played in the background. The caption read, "Some chapters start out unexpectedly." And that was all it took for fans to pour in a ton of comments. Does she have a hint? "This looks like a wedding vibe," commented one commenter. The picture that totally wrecked the internet then surfaced a few days later, when Tamar and Mendeecees were seen sitting together on a private balcony. Clutching champagne glasses, everyone's attention was drawn to their hands because they were wearing similar bracelets. The image was a little fuzzy, but it didn't matter. The rings gave enough information. Are those rings for marriage? If this is real, Yandy deserves so much better, a shocked commenter said. Another source stated, Yandy's entire world stopped when she saw that picture. According to people close to her, she spent hours alone in her room with no one to chat to. One source claims that the next morning, she told her manager, "I'm done." Everyone understood something was permanently damaged at that time. A few hours later, fans learned that Yandy had unfollowed Mendeecees on Instagram. That behavior alone was seen by the internet as evidence that their marriage had terminated. Fans' reactions were strong and divisive. Some people chastised Tamar for damaging the house of another woman. Others supported her, stating, if Mendeecees chose her, maybe he wasn't happy before. Social media turned into a virtual battlefield where two sides were involved in an intense and never-ending struggle. Whether a wedding had actually occurred or if this was just another complex publicity stunt was the primary question that remained unanswered. Some insiders claimed that there had been a small, private wedding with very few people in attendance. People close to Mendeecees maintain that, despite the lack of official evidence, he seems to be completely different, calmer, quieter, and more like a guy who has made a difficult decision. According to one insider, he seemed to have finally given up hiding something. But this was more than just gossip to Yandy. It was devastating. She supposedly took a vacation in an effort to gain clarity, and took her family to leave the city. When she was later questioned about a terrible statement she made during an interview, many were devastated. Silence can sometimes be more powerful than words. Fans quickly deduced that Tamar was directly addressing the controversy when she shared another story with the message, "What's meant for me will never miss me." Was she subtly reaffirming their relationship, or was she just feeding the rumors that everyone was keeping a close eye on? After this, messages like "she's hurting but staying strong" and "Yandy deserves peace" flooded the comment sections, keeping a close watch on it, but nobody could be sure. Drama increased daily with new images, videos, and alleged evidence. Every quote seemed to be posted, and hazy photo gave the reality show that everyone was obsessed with a fresh spin. Even if nobody had joined up, this was more than just a rumor. It had developed into a full-fledged public spectacle that made it difficult to distinguish between fame, love, and betrayals. The plot was so full of passion, heartbreak, jealousy, and intrigue that fans were unable to look away. As the story developed, the tension between rumor and fact grew untenable. What was truly happening behind closed doors piqued everyone's interest. A dimly lit setting featuring rose petals, soft music, and a few people who appeared to be well known in Tamar and Mendeecees' immediate social circles. According to some media outlets that promised to have inside footage of the alleged wedding, the video shows Mendeecees wearing a white satin dress, nervously smiling, and adjusting Tamar's bracelet, even though it wasn't a full wedding tape. Viewers immediately began drawing connections since they thought it was from their secret ceremony. An entertainment blogger commented, "You can see Mendeecees holding what looks like a wedding band. What is this if it's not a wedding in a few of hours?" That post alone received millions of views on all platforms. The hashtag T and Mendeecees began to trend. Comments from fans ranged from indignation to incredulous to fascination. "This can't be real," someone wrote. Another said, "They seem satisfied. Yandy is worthy of better. Maybe love just happened to come across them." As the digital world spun around, Yandy's silence became louder than any speech. Her actions spoke louder than words, even if she hadn't spoken in public. When she stopped wearing her ring, a fan spotted her shopping by herself. She possessed silent authority, no smile, and no entourage. In a short video, she was seen ducking questions from photographers as she left a store. "Is that accurate regarding Mendeecees and Tamar Yandy?" a reporter screamed. She did not look back. The short film became popular. Her silence came to symbolize both suffering and dignity. Mendeecees, however, appeared calm, yet distant. He was seen wearing a simple gold chain and not a wedding band at a recent event. Fans zoomed in on photos to study every little feature. While some said he seemed exhausted, others insisted he seemed content. He has experienced a lot, according to a close acquaintance. Spiritually, although he believes he followed his instincts, he is not pleased with the outcome. But Tamar seemed to embrace the attention with confidence. She began sharing enigmatic messages about love, healing, and destiny on social media. "Sometimes you have to lose everything to find yourself." The description of one of her posts created a sensation on social media. Many wondered if she was referring to the criticism or defending her new chapter. Then the photo showed up, making things even more complicated. Mendeecees and Tamar were spotted leaving a lavish apartment complex late at night. The photographer claimed they had been inside for hours, and the photos showed them walking close to each other and grinning softly. Tamar was wearing a big coat and a bouquet of white flowers. Fans immediately began to conjecture that the flat will serve as their new shared space. One of the headlines was "Mendeecees and Tamar, a new beginning in secret." When the internet erupted again, Yandy's friends apparently got alarmed. She had been avoiding calls and isolating herself. According to an insider, one of Yandy's closest friends revealed that she feels deceived, not just as a wife but also as a woman, who supported him when everything else turned against him. Her words resonated deeply with her fans, reminding them all of her years of perseverance and dedication. The emotional distance became apparent. The parts of a broken love tale were left for Yandy to pick up. Supporters angrily took sides as Tamar and Mendeecees seemed to be fighting. Some claimed that love is uncontrollable, while others said Tamar had gone too far. One fan said, "You can't blame love for being messy." On Twitter, "Not when someone else's heart is broken in the process." Another promptly shot back, "Sometimes it just happens." In the midst of this storm, a shocking development took place. An unnamed source disclosed purported text messages between Mendeecees and Tamar that implied their relationship started months before the public even suspected. The messages were sincere, kind, and compassionate. Mendeecees allegedly wrote, "You make me feel seen in ways I never expected," in one of these letters, which fueled the fires even more. In another, Tamar said, "I don't want to hide anymore." However, it seems that Yandy's administration chose not to reply. Viewers noticed that she subtly unfollowed several friends who had ties to Tamar. The bridges had been set on fire, and the small act sent a strong message. Meanwhile, other bloggers began to question whether this was all only a clever publicity stunt. Are Tamar and Mendeecees staging this drama in order to stay relevant in the news? According to a media analyst, they are both familiar with the entertainment industry. The emotional cost seemed too real to be contrived, even if such were the case. Timing is critical, and scandal sells. Then, late at night, a paparazzi camera showed Yandy carrying a suitcase as she left her home. In the video, tears were visible beneath her sunglasses as she walked up to a waiting car. She remained silent, but the image of her departing by herself, heartbroken and silent, the internet shattered again. On social media, her admirers hailed her, calling her a queen, deserving of peace. Tamar and Mendeecees' next step left everyone in disbelief. The two were seen dancing together while soft music played at what appeared to be a private event in a recently released video. Mendeecees grinned boldly but calmly as Tamar's hand lightly leaned against their shoulder. The background decorations included fairy lights, white roses, and what looked like a miniature "Love Always Triumphs" sign. It didn't seem to be a traditional wedding celebration, but it also didn't seem casual. There was no denying that the story had captured the interest of people everywhere, whether it was chaos or love, waiting for approval or rejection, or maybe just fans kept refreshing timelines after one honest remark. But no one showed up. All that was present was tension, silence, and the unsettling image of three individuals caught between love, truth, and betrayal. As the evening wore on, one thing became clear. There had never been a more blurred line between reality and rumor. The uproar continued despite the silence that followed the widely circulated films. Instead, it made people want more explanations. For days, social media seems to be a never-ending debate about what really happened between Mendeecees Tamar and Yandy. Every gossip account, talk program, and fan podcast had something to say. Some described it as the biggest reality TV-style controversy of the year, while others said it was simply exaggerated drama. But long before the purported secret marriage, everyone agreed that this story didn't feel conventional. There were rumors that Mendeecees and Tamar had been spotted together several times. For months, the two had become quite close. A hairstylist who said she was on Tamar's squad stated, "You could tell something was taking place. There was a strange energy between them," she stated to a popular entertainment blog. Her remarks went viral. It went beyond friendship. Fans started creating timelines and analyzing pictures, clothes, and locations to figure out when it all started. Some even found old footage of Tamar and Mendeecees standing a few feet apart at the same industry events, grinning momentarily. The biggest surprise, though, came when a small celebrity news website published what they claimed to be exclusive wedding information. They said that the wedding was secretly held in a private estate outside of Atlanta, with few people in attendance, no cameras, no media, and no grandeur. The story claims that Tamar wore an ivory gown, while Mendeecees kept things traditional with a black tux. In just a few hours, the item became viral despite the website's absence of official paperwork. According to the story, they exchanged vows under the calming glow of candles, pledging to shield their love from outside distractions. At the same time, Yandy's world seemed to be crumbling in public. A video of her sobbing while dining with close friends was leaked. After all, she whispered, "I stood by him through ... in the viral video. Is this how he shows me his appreciation?" The pure emotion in her voice broke people's hearts all over the internet. She was bombarded with supportive comments from fans who called her a warrior woman and urged her to move on. According to a widely shared post, Yandy gave her allegiance to a man who didn't respect it. She should be crowned rather than depressed. Mendeecees, on the other hand, said nothing at all. No statements, no interviews, no posts. His silence deepened the enigma, but others who knew him, however, asserted that he battled regret and love. An insider claims that he never intended for things to blow up like this. But when he's with Tamar, he finds a serenity he hasn't felt in years. Tamar, on the other hand, shared a photo of herself in a vibrant dress, along with the caption, "New beginnings are never easy, but they're always worth it," suggesting that she was fearlessly embracing her new stage. Her fans were divided. While some praised her for being genuine, others criticized her for meddling in the affairs of other women. "You can't build happiness on someone else's pain," remarked one follower, "while love doesn't ask for permission." Then the video from the flat showed up, changing everything once more. Tamar and Mendeecees in a video walking hand in hand to a high-end midtown building has come to light. A little while later, they were seen laughing with a building concierge before disappearing inside the lift. The next morning, they were spotted leaving together, looking happy and comfortable. The paparazzi photos showed them wearing similar hoodies and carrying coffee cups. It looked like a familiar, almost married home interaction as opposed to just a casual gathering. The theories of the public erupted. While some said they had moved in together, others thought they were just seeing a buddy. On the other hand, a witness claimed to have seen movers carrying in several boxes and luggage the day before. The claim led many to believe that Mendeecees had previously broken up with Yandy and started a new life with Tamar. This isn't a fling anymore, appears to be a commitment. Sometimes closure means walking away without explanations. Gandhi posted on the account of an entertainment commentator during a live stream amid all the chaos. Everyone understood who she was referring to. even though she didn't tag anyone. People were shivering after reading this quote. The post was described by fans as the most powerful nonverbal response because it spent hours going viral. But behind the scenes, things didn't seem to be as perfect as they did in the pictures. Tamar and Mendeecees' relationship was already under stress. A number of insiders claimed that the media attention, industry rumors, and constant criticism had started to wear them down. She's strong, but even she's feeling the weight of it. Tamar's friend allegedly said, "No one wants their romantic relationship to be depicted as controversial." Meanwhile, Yandy was progressively regaining control over her narrative. She began focusing on her work, attending charitable events, and re-establishing contact with acquaintances. Every time she appeared in public, she radiated calmness and peace. Everyone was pleased by her attitude despite the chaos. Some fans even started referring to her as the true victor in all of this. As they pursue media attention, one well-known blogger remarked, "Yandy is chasing peace." But as the dust began to clear, a shocking development revived the story. Mendeecees appeared to be wearing a ring on his right hand. Despite the blurry picture, fans went crazy. Is it prohibited during a wedding? One person asked. Some compared it to the alleged wedding film from earlier. In a few minutes, the internet was humming again. Times in only a few hours. A video of two hands intertwined, one with a matching ring, was posted by Tamar. Fans immediately linked the two on her account, which made things even more confusing, claiming it was unquestionable proof that the wedding had indeed happened. Forever is now. Read the caption. News organizations, gossip websites, and social media personalities scrutinized every frame, analyzing lighting, shadows, and jewelry patterns to ascertain whether the hands actually belonged to Tamar and Mendeecees. Some said the video was phony or out of date, while others maintained it was new and authentic. The uncertainty allowed the story to endure. Yandy didn't say anything at all, but her lack of media attention said a lot. She was healing by stepping away from the limelight. Close pals say she's wounded, but she's also coming to terms with her value. According to one source, losing someone is sometimes the nicest thing that can happen to you. The world is still divided even if Tamar and Mendeecees seem to be living their truth. Was it love or treachery? Willfulness or negligence? A fresh start or a mistake in waiting? No fan could ignore the story, which had developed from rumors to a modern love triangle that blurred the lines between pain and pleasure. The silence between them revealed more information than any of the rumors surrounding. Mendeecees and Tamar's purported marriage only grew more intense as the public waited for one of them to finally speak. One of the first people to stir things up was an Atlanta wedding planner who hinted in an interview that she had been approached for a very private celebrity ceremony earlier that year, saying the couple wanted everything low-key. No press, no leaks, just close friends and a pledge to love each other without passing judgment. Although she didn't give names, fans quickly connected the dots. And within hours, her cryptic comments were being repeated on all online gossip channels. Then, a slightly blurry but distinct enough image appeared, showing to people, one in a dark suit and the other one admirer remarked, "You can deny rumors, but pictures speak louder than statements," while others regarded it as Photoshop. Another, dressed in a white outfit, appeared to be Mendeecees and Tamar, standing beneath a flowery arch. Some were positive it was the proof everyone had been waiting for. The internet was burning at the same time. Over time, hashtags such as #Yandy deserves better and #TAMAR and Mendeecees' wedding began to gain popularity. Fans were sharply divided, with some supporting the couple and claiming that love is uncontrollable, while others saw it as the ultimate betrayal. Each new post only fueled the situation, which had turned into a public spectacle. According to insiders, had actually quietly tied the knot and were now trying to adjust to their new life away from the chaos. According to a close friend of Tamar's, they didn't intend for this to become public so quickly. Peace was the last thing they were getting, but they wanted time to enjoy their tranquility before everyone started passing judgment. Paparazzi set up camp outside the lavish apartment they had been spotted entering weeks earlier. Cameras were following them, and even fans started coming to the bar, making an effort to deal with the storm calmly. But there was no denying the emotional toll. The wound was reopened with every new headline. One day, she was spotted leaving a counseling facility, obviously upset but composed. Insiders claim that she had started therapy to deal with everything. She's done pretending she's okay. She's now focusing on her own recovery. A close friend of hers told an outlet that one statement swiftly went viral, and supporters showered her with love and support. Many referred to her as the model of perseverance. Mendeecees, on the other hand, seemed torn between the guilt of his past chapter and his present one. According to a source, he wanted to apologize and not to make things right, but to ease his conscience, but Yandy's silence said it all. Some close friends claimed that he had tried to contact Yandy in secret in an effort to find closure, but she rejected any correspondence because she felt that some of her wounds were too serious to be revisited. However, she remained carefree in public. She was seen smiling while shopping in Los Angeles, wearing a chic outfit and expensive eyewear. When reporters asked her to comment, she simply said, "I'm living my truth," and turned to leave. Her self-assurance drew both acclaim and criticism. While some fans saw it as a voice message that was leaked online and purported to be a private conversation between two industry insiders, revealed that Tamar's wedding ring was part of a legitimate marriage license that was secretly submitted in a different state. While some saw this as insensitivity, others saw it as power. However, just when everyone thought the plot could not get much more complicated, another unexpected turn of events emerged. Recording, there had been a small ceremony led by someone who knew both Tamar and Mendeecees well. The announcement rocked the entertainment industry, and people began searching public records to see if a marriage license existed. The rumor alone kept everyone talking, even though nothing official was found. Amid all of this, Yandy shared another mysterious message that had fans figuring it out. The timing couldn't have been more symbolic. Sometimes the people who break you are the ones who teach you what you really deserve. Fans showered her with positive remarks, praising her strength as unparalleled. She didn't respond to any of them, but her silence was enough. Despite their smiles, behind the scenes, Mendeecees and Tamar's lives weren't exactly perfect. They were beginning to feel the weight of the constant pressure, the media frenzy, and the moral scrutiny. They're happy together, but they're also overwhelmed, according to one source. Every move they make is watched, analyzed, and scrutinized. It's exhausting. Tamar, who has a reputation for being irate and is said to have confronted Mendeecees over the attention she was receiving. She was heard stating, "We can't even go to dinner without someone filming us." After a violent altercation at a restaurant, "It's just noise, baby," Mendeecees said quietly. He tried to calm her, but the world beyond their flat would not go away, despite his assurance. "We know it's real." The entertainment industry was noisy as well. Some of their mutual friends started to distance themselves out of fear of the fallout from being associated with the dispute. Collaborations stopped, invitations stopped, and producers started to avoid both names. It's not that people dislike Herds, it's just that no one wants to be involved in the crossfire of all this drama. According to a producer who had previously worked with Tamar, nevertheless, Tamar refused to back down. In an oblique response to the rumors during a social media live session, she said, "People will always talk. They will turn your joy into controversy and your tranquility into rumors. But I'm not here to appease the masses." Yandy's life began to take a more empowering turn in the interim as she started working with motivational speakers, discussing her healing and self-worth experience. Her statement, "Sometimes you lose something precious to find something priceless yourself," struck a strong chord with her audience during one of her lectures. Her words, "I'm here to live honestly," had such an impact that admirers couldn't stop debating whether or not she was confirming everything without actually saying it, turning her grief into inspiration. But the internet wouldn't let the story end. Despite the fact that each of them seemed to be moving on, people kept talking about and analyzing the alleged wedding photos, the ring, and the sightings of the flat every day. A single picture of Mendeecees walking his dog generated new headlines, such as Mendeecees adjusting to married life with Tamar. Fans couldn't take their eyes off the chaos, and the media couldn't get enough of it. It had developed from a straightforward love triangle into a story of celebrity, betrayal, and resiliency that confused private life with public spectacle. Weeks passed while everyone waited for the next move, which could be an interview, a statement, or another development that could drastically change the course of events. One thing is clear, as the dust gradually settles around the flurry of rumors, emotions, and unexpected turns, everyone is discussing this subject and wondering what really happened behind those closed doors, whether they are fans, critics, insiders, or casual observers. Are we all witnessing a case of exaggerated headlines and strategically timed leaks? Or did Mendeecees actually take that risky step with Tamar? The truth may still be hidden between what is said and what is seen. Fans are divided over whether this was love, betrayal, or just another Hollywood hoax happening in real life. But one thing is certain, the truth may still be hidden.